So there's a constant rise of cost of living in Nigeria right now at the moment, and this has been seen over from the past 2 years. Like from the past 2 years down to this time, there has been a constant increase of cost of living, most especially for the last 12 months, which is like 1 year. It has doubled and even tripled in some of the sectors or some of the areas of cost of living in Nigeria. And in today's episode, I'm going to tell you how you can actually survive even in the harsh economy of Nigeria at the moment, and how you can actually be able to live comfortably even with the rising high cost of living here in Nigeria at the moment. So some people are actually complaining a bit about the rising cost of living because it's so bad that sometimes you would know that a price is this certain amount today, and for the next day it's double the price or even triple the price at the moment. Yes, it can be that bad, and people are really complaining. Masses are complaining, citizens are complaining, a whole lot of things. People cannot be able to afford some certain things right now, and it's alarming. And in this episode, I am going to share with you some tips that I feel like is going to help you to actually, be able to survive the harsh conditions economically here in Nigeria at the moment. So I'm going to be giving you like 5 or 7 tips. So you want to get your pen, you want to get your book and jot it down. Okay, so number one I'm going to talk about is that you should cut down on your expenditure. Now I know that for the last 5 years or for the last 10 years, or like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, there is a way you were living your life. Your lifestyle as at that time, maybe you are a baller or somebody that is really living comfortably, or somebody that likes certain things when it comes to lifestyle and everything. But if you compare the cost of your expenditure as at that time to now for the same lifestyle, it is quite tripled or quite double the amount that you would need as at today. And that is why it is very important for you to cut down on your expenses, because it is not going to help you to even make money like when it comes to savings or having an extra cash, and it's also going to leave you with the need for constantly looking for money. You are always going to be running into debt. You are always going to be looking for a way to get more jobs to do so that you can raise more funds. And it's crazy to actually be able to get more money at the moment here in Nigeria, because everything is quite hard and quite difficult. So it is good for you to reduce your expenditure. When you spend too much, those things that are really not of priority, or those things that you can actually do by yourself, it is something that is encouraging for you to just do it instead of paying for the services of those things to do. Just reduce them or cut them out totally. And some of those kind of expenses are cooking your own food. Like some people are used to getting food outside, maybe from a fancy restaurant or maybe even from a local restaurant. Okay, they are used to buying their food out in bulk and maybe just putting it in their fridge or their freezer, and then they'll be eating it. Now, depending on what you prefer, what your preference is, and why you are doing all of that, then you can go ahead to reduce it or cut it out of your list of things that you're actually spending on. Is a good one. Okay, another one is doing your laundry yourself. It is going to help you to save money. It's going to help you to actually be able to manage your funds properly. It's going to help you to not spend so much when it comes to saving yourself the stress of spending or having to look for money or extra income to actually live comfortably here in Nigeria. Now, like I said, it's going to depend on who you are, your personality, why you're actually doing all of this. So you should have like a priority list. I'm going to come to that later on in this episode, so you want to keep listening. Another one, which is number 2 I'm going to talk about, is going to be reduce your debt. If you are somebody that owes a lot, or if you are somebody that borrows a lot, this is the time for you to try and cut it down. It's not even try, you need to cut it down, because you cannot be owing debt. You don't know when you are going to have the amount of money to even pay back, and you're adding more debts to that debt. It's wise for you to actually reduce your debt or try and cut it out totally, so that even if you don't have food to eat, you are fine, you are okay, you are having that comfortable peace in your heart that you are not owing anybody. Imagine you walking on the street and somebody is dragging you to pay money. that you are owing, or that you have, borrowed for a long time, and all those things is not going to give you that peace. And right now, with the present economy of Nigeria, you need your sanity, you need your peace to be able to even face the struggles or face the problems that are rising every day, especially the ones that are unforeseen. Because with Nigeria, you can wake up and hit a problem that is something that you did not prepare for, which is quite normal now at least. Okay, so it's advisable to reduce your debt. Another one I'm going to talk about is for you to be discreet about your spending. Like, have a priority list. Okay, have a priority list. Have a list of things that you prioritize so much. For example, your house rent, okay, your water bill, your light bill, your maybe trash bill, and all of those things. There are some things that are important, very, very important, depending on your kind of personality, depending on your kind of individual that you are. There are some things that are quite very, very important that you cannot actually do without or live without. Now, some people would prioritize on certain things, though they can live without it, like doing their laundering themselves. They can actually do their laundering themselves, but they just feel like they need to give it to somebody to do it. They don't feel like they're in that space right now. But I need you to put your priorities first. Those things that you actually cannot really live without. If you're an adult in Nigeria, you can actually not live without paying your rent. There is no way you have a roof over your head if you don't want to pay your rent, or if you don't have money to pay your rent. So this is one thing that is supposed to be on your priority list. So things like this, look, food, all those kind of things, those are the ones that should be on your priority list. Have this list, and it's going to save you a whole lot of effort and energy trying to spend over what you're supposed to spend and all of that good stuff. Another one, which is going to be number 4 right here, is going to be investing in getting new skills. Now, Nigeria is not a place now that you have one job and you are comfortable. You may not be comfortable with one job right now in Nigeria. Now, it's going to depend on your field, what you do, and all of that. But it is advisable, because the economy is quite unpredictable, like very, very unpredictable, 100% unpredictable right now. So it's advisable for you to get more skills, especially when it comes to tech or when it comes to hands-on skills. Please get more skills, get more skills. You can even have like a tech skill, and you can work from Nigeria, with other companies abroad, and then you are making money in other currencies, and all of those are the benefits of having good skills, especially when it comes to tech and all of that you can actually do from anywhere around the world. That's like the best skill right now. This one also implies that you can actually do social media and make money. This is another good skill. If you're somebody that is good with your phone, you're somebody that is good with social media, you can actually also make money. This is another beautiful skill that you can actually learn and make money. And most of these sites or most of this platform actually pays in dollars, and the exchange rate of dollar right now in Nigeria. So this is actually going to be a good way of making multiple incomes, or making another stream of income available for you to be able to live comfortably here in Nigeria. Okay, so investing in getting new skills. Number 6 or number 5 I'm going to talk about is going to be create a budget and stick with it. Now, I see most people just spend. They just feel like, oh, I need toiletries. They go to the supermarket, get toiletries, come back, refill it up in their cupboard and everything. You need to spend your money on a budget. You need to create a budget, monthly budget, weekly budget, quarterly budget of the year, or a yearly budget. You need to create a budget and be able to stick with it. Now, when you are creating a budget, you want to make sure that you write something realistic. Do not try to reduce so much, and do not try to increase so much. The reality of it is you want to make sure that you are making a realistic list, meaning that you don't want to deceive yourself when you are writing. If, for example, you are budgeting 30k in a month for food item, and you're somebody that eats a lot, you're somebody that's the kind of diet that you are on is super expensive to get the groceries for it and everything, you're not being realistic. Okay, so when you are actually creating this budget, make sure you're realistic, and make sure when you are done creating it, make sure you're not also partial. Okay, and when you are done creating this budget, make sure to stick with it. One thing is to create a budget, another thing is to be disciplined. while at it, so that you can be able to know how much you spend in a month, how much you spend in a week, and how you can be able to manage yourself and your funds. And another thing about creating a budget is the fact that as a Nigerian, this one is in the blood, is in the DNA. You should be able to price when you go out to buy something, except maybe you go to those supermarkets and big malls and everything. When you go to the supermarket, please, when you go to the market to get some things, because I know supermarket prices are fixed, you cannot price it, but go to a place and get stuff that you can actually bargain. It's called bargaining, but in Nigeria, a typical Nigerian knows how to, they call it pricing. Price the item. There is nobody that is going to be angry because you are bargaining, okay, in Nigeria. So make sure you go for people that have lower costs, okay. That's another way to actually cut down on cost of items for you. Make sure you go to places where it's affordable. Make sure you buy maybe when a particular store, a particular vendor is on sale. Is also going to help you to cut down on cost and help you to also stick with your budget. Another one is for you to build an emergency funds account. Now this one is very important because with the way Nigeria is going right now, you need an emergency funds at every given time. You don't know what's going to happen the next minute. You don't know what's going to happen the next hour. You need to be building an emergency fund while you are comfortable as at the moment, so that when you need it, that's why it's called emergency, you just go out there and get it and you will not be stressing yourself. The last one I'm going to share with you is to diversify your income streams. Just like what I said about having new skills or learning new skills, having different ways of making money is the goal right now in Nigeria. If you're not making money with different ways or different avenues or different streams, then you are not doing yourself any good, okay? Because like I said, one job right now in Nigeria may not be able to sustain you. Having multiple streams or making money or multiple streams of income is something that is going to really be your help to you in the present Nigerian economy. And I hope you have actually gained one or two value from this episode. Do not forget to like this video. Do not forget to share with your friends and families. Do not also forget to leave me your thoughts respectively in the comment section, so that we all can learn on how we can be able to manage ourselves in this harsh Nigerian economy and live comfortably, even if it's not looking like it's going to get better anytime soon. Okay, so yeah, you guys, I hope I've been able to, give you one or two tips that has been helpful to you. If it was, like I said, let me know in the comments. Do not also forget to like this video, please, so that somebody out there that is in need of it with this idea is going to get one or two things from it. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.